Our Prime Minister, Simon Ekpa, is not a terrorist. Neither is Cho Ayaba, the Ambazonian leader. They are only fighting for the freedom of their people. They are only fighting to free their citizens from the terrorist states of Nigeria and Cameroon. Nigeria is a terrorist state. The terrorism that goes on in Nigeria today is being perpetuated and is being encouraged by the policies of Nigerian leaders currently led by President Tinubu. The programs, the policies they have in place, such as the reintegration and rehabilitation of known terrorists, have increased terrorism in Nigeria. The master plan to Islamize Nigeria has made these reintegrated terrorists to be sent to places like the Biafran land, where they now kill innocent Biafrans who do not wish to be Islamized by the Nigerian state. That is what is going on. The plot by the Nigerian president and the Nigerian government to take away our Prime Minister, His Excellency Simon Ekpa, has contributed to a lot of deaths in Biafra land. The essence of this press conference today is to let the world know and to let Biafrans know that the fight for our freedom, the fight to be free, the fight for us to rule ourselves is continuously being destroyed, being undermined, being plotted against by the Nigerian government, using different avenues to do this. One of the avenues they've used to do this is to plan with the with the Nigerian Foreign Affairs Secretary of State, whom Tinubu recently appointed, to plan to complain with the Finnish embassy in Nigeria to remove our Prime Minister, Simon Ekpa, just weeks before our declaration in Finland. Nigeria orchestrated this. Nigeria planned this. Using the Foreign Affairs Secretary of State, the appointed minister. And they were able to work closely with Finland, with the Finnish authorities, to remove our Prime Minister just weeks before the declaration of our independence in Lahti, Finland. Their plot is, by removing our Prime Minister, we are not going to be able to declare our independence in Finland. They succeeded in removing our Prime Minister weeks before our declaration. But we Biafrans, we were resolute. And we were able to still redeclare Biafra. We did that in Finland on November 29th, 2024. Another way, the Nigerian state, who the whole world knows, Nigerian state that have continued to subjugate Biafrans, that have continued to kill innocent citizens of Biafra, have continued to marginalize Biafrans, have continued to destroy and block our self-determination, is by sending their reintegrated terrorists into the Biafra territory to continue to kill our people, kill innocent citizens, just for mentioning Biafra, just for our belief, just for fighting for our freedom. I want the world to know Nigeria is a terrorist state, and they have their tentacles spread across the world. Finland has become one of the stooges being used by the Nigerian government and Norway to suppress our rights as individuals, to suppress our freedom, to suppress our self-determination. How else could Finland keep our Prime Minister for this long while you are carrying out an investigation? We see some racist tendencies in this plot and in this plan to continue to detain a Finnish resident on the claims and on the purported crime that Nigeria state, that is known for terrorism and supporting terrorism, killing Christians, mass burying individuals in all parts of Nigeria. But in Borno State, in Zamfara State, in Kaduna State, in Lagos State, in Southeast, in South-South, in Ehamufu, in Azambo, in Onisha, in Aba, there have been mass massacre of innocent citizens by the Nigerian state. Nobody is accounting for this. In most cases, the president makes no speech about that. The ministers working with him makes no speeches about that. The January killings of 2025, where innocent Biafrans were killed in their homes in Biafra territory, in Southeast Nigeria. The Nigerian government has refused, has not said anything about that. The Southeast governors, South-South governors, none of them is talking about that. How can a people continue to keep quiet when their people are being killed and massacred daily? And Finland and Norway, you want to become part of this. You want to become part of this crime to continue to play a role in this system. That is something we will never accept. Another way they try to do this is to break the spirit of Biafrans. Just on the mere lies the Nigerian government has given them. The Nigerian state has given all these fabricated lies against us. So it's not even about Simon Ekpa. It's not even about Chua Yaba. It is about the plan, the continued plan by the Nigerian government and the ministers that work under them to continue to suppress the freedom of the Biafrans, to continue to kill us, using different avenues they have across the globe to do this. We want to bring it to the attention of the world that any foreign government that is participating in this criminality against the Biafran people or innocent citizens or the Amazonians that have the right to self-determination, that foreign government is part of the crime. From terrorism to fundraising to whatever, to instigation. Finland has been playing recently to subjugate and to intimidate blacks who are trying, who are fighting for their freedom. This is one example right here in front of us. Our Prime Minister has committed no crime. Prime Minister Simon Ekpa is not a terrorist. Our Prime Minister has committed no financial crime. All he has done is exactly what millions of Biafrans are doing every single day, which is for us to rule ourselves. We have the freedom, we have the rights to do that. We've conducted a self-referendum where over 50 million Biafrans, both at home and abroad, has voted for us to exit Nigeria. The continuation plot by Finland to continue to listen to Nigeria and be the one investigating on behalf of Nigeria for the reports Nigeria gave to them, and then in that same angle continue to hurt innocent Biafrans is unacceptable. It is totally unacceptable. I've been able and have the opportunity to talk, just like Anthony Levy has said, the Biafran citizens that were held by the Finland government. We are these individuals who have said at the same time with our Prime Minister. We've heard their story. We've heard the intimidation. We've heard how their businesses were affected and destroyed within the period that they were held by the Finland government. And yet, at the end, no crime was established against them. These are innocent Biafrans that the Finland government picked from their different homes, destroyed their businesses by blocking their accounts, blocking their source of income for months. And at the end, no crime was established on these individuals except what was your relationship with Biafra? What were you doing? How do you know Simon Ekpa? How were you donating? How is this a crime? And Finland can fall so low to listen to Nigerian government to continue to perpetuate this heinous crime against Biafrans because of the lies that were sent to Finland and then Norway by extension. One of these individuals almost lost his life because of the way he was locked up inside the van. Finland police used to arrest him. It was so small. The guy was panting for breath. He couldn't breathe until he started banging on the door. And they had to open that to let fresh air come in. So he would have been dead. Why must Finland continue to instigate this suppression and tampering with individuals' basic human right from the instigation they get from the Nigerian government? Why must Finland play a role in this kind of injustice? This is not acceptable. This must stop. The Nigerian terrorist state, the defense chief, Christopher Musa, has publicly come out to tell the world that Nigeria is fighting an asymmetrical war with Biafra, Finland, and Norway, and the world. What is asymmetrical war? That means Nigerian government has continued to kill innocent Biafrans just because they want their freedom. It is on public domain. So Finland cannot claim or say they do not know there is a war, a silent war currently going on between Biafra and Nigeria. Finland cannot claim ignorance of that. The killing is going on in Biafra territory. The killing is going on in different parts of Nigeria. Finland has that information. Why do you continue to pretend as if you do not know what is going on or what the Nigerian state is capable of doing? How are you facilitating the torture and killing of Biafrans by the Nigerian government? The world knows. The world knows how Christians have been murdered in Nigeria. Biafrans are Christians. And the Nigerian government is not doing anything to protect the lives and properties of innocent individuals. Nigeria is a failed state. Why should Finland and Norway continue to toe the path of going with a failed state when you should be on the path of freedom, justice? Finland, you fought a brutal war to be free today where you are, knowing what you know and what you did. How and why should you pretend as if you don't know what the Prime Minister Simon Ekpa is doing? Rather, you are listening to the terrorist state of Nigeria and all the lies that they told you. And based on that, you are restricting him. And you also took our innocent brothers and sisters, our innocent Biafran brothers, and you locked them up in solitary confinement. Why should you lock people up in a solitary confinement based on the report that Nigeria terrorist state government has given you, Finland? Why should that happen? That is not acceptable. Wearing Nigerian military uniform or police, they must leave Biafra land because we have declared our independence. We have redeclared the independence we had between 1967 and 1970. United States of Biafra at this point is a sovereign state. And we will continue to do everything within the right of a sovereign state to be free from the terrorist state of Nigeria. We request the immediate release of our Prime Minister, His Excellency Simon Ekpa. Your continuous holding of our prime minister has caused deaths of innocent citizens in Biafra, Finland. And you will be held accountable for these innocent lives that are being lost in Biafra land because of your continued incarceration of our prime minister. I want to also use this opportunity to tell Nigeria to withdraw all their military and police and security in Biafra. We have a Biafra map. The map of the 40 states of Biafra is well established. The geographical area of Biafra territory is well established. We've conducted our self-referendum where over 50 million Biafrans have voted to exit Nigeria and be an independent nation. We have our allies that we are working with closely that have supported the independent state of Biafra. We are calling on the Nigerian government and the Nigerian state to know that Biafra, United States of Biafra, is an independent nation. We demand the withdrawal of all Nigerian military and police troops inside the Biafra territory. I also want to use this opportunity to encourage Biafrans to please desist from speculations and rumors. Some of the speculations and rumors you've heard recently, we don't need it at this time. Our prime minister does not need these distractions at this time. We want every Biafran. I encourage any Biafran that is engaging in such distractions, in such rumors on Twitter to desist from doing that immediately. The government does not need those distractions at this time. Our focus at this time is to ensure we submit all the necessary papers of Biafra as a free nation to all the right tables and continue to that we do everything possible within our right, within our power as an independent nation to ensure that our prime minister is free from the hands of Finland, working somehow on behalf of the Nigeria terrorist state. That is our focus at this time. I encourage all Biafrans to be focused. Please do not listen to all these speculations and rumors flying on social media. They are not facts. They do not exist. And our prime minister do not need it at this time. He needs some peace in all the things we are doing. When people continue to engage in all these unproductive speculations on social media, you play into the hand of the Nigeria terrorist state because that is what they are looking for. And we will never give it to them. So those of you that engage in such, I encourage you to desist from doing such.
Biafra for a long time. Today, I'm here in the capacity of a representative of the Organization of Emerging African States. That's an organization, international governmental organization that Biafra is a founding member of in 2011. And the Organization of Emerging African States is highly concerned about the continued detention of the Prime Minister, Simon Ekpa. And we have therefore had a board meeting and we've done an investigation of his detention as well as the detention of Biafra's best ally, Ayaba Cho Lucas of Amazonia, who was also detained on similar charges in Norway. And we've looked into this, and the Organization of Emerging African States has come to some conclusions, and we're issuing a public declaration today regarding your prime minister, as well as Ayaba Lucas Cho. There's these two cases are linked. As you know, Prime Minister Ekpa was taken into custody by the Finland authorities, and he remains there under investigation. What you may not know is the conditions of his detention are very harsh. Solitary confinement. His access to the outside world is limited. So we know this because we have debriefed. 3 of the other